So what a weekend for the USC Trojans and USC fans everywhere, where yesterday morning we talked about a massive win that the Trojans got, flipping five-star defensive lineman Justice Terry from Georgia. But that was just the beginning, and today we need to talk about the series of commitments they got after that and break it all down. But before we can, as always, y'all know the drill. I've got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes, N for no. Are you excited by the way USC is currently recruiting? And let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like and comment down below. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And as I alluded to in the intro, what a day it was for the USC Trojans yesterday, where they had a visit this weekend full of top prospects, and it reportedly went as well as it could have gone. So well that they have got an avalanche of commitments. And yesterday, I referred to Justice Terry as a snowball prospect. He is a guy that other top prospects are going to want to play with, and it did not take long for other guys to pull the trigger. Now, I'm not saying that Justice Terry is the sole reason they did so. You look at some of the hires that Lincoln Riley and USC made on the defensive side of the ball, and there are some really intriguing coaches. Yesterday, we broke down Coach Henderson and why I am really going to be excited to watch not only how he recruits, but also the work he puts in for that defensive front for the Trojans. Because we've talked time and time again about the need for USC to strengthen up their defense. How best to do that other than getting in elite coaches and getting elite prospects. And Coach Henderson was not done. Yes, he got Justice Terry, but he then got another top commit for Isaiah Gibson, once again out the state of Georgia. And important to note, if we look at the 24/7 Sports Composite, he comes in as the number 76 player overall, the number 8 edge, and the number 12 player in the state of Georgia. He stands 6'4", 245 pounds. But if we look at the 24/7 Sports rankings themselves, he comes in as the number 17 player in the nation, the number 1 edge, and is the number 6 player in the state of Georgia. Suffice to say, he is an incredibly talented prospect, one that several other colleges wanted. And for USC, for you to be able to get this win, it has got to feel good. But once again, that wasn't the only win you got. You then got a big win for a safety, Hilton Stubbs, out the state of Florida. He stands 6'1", 180 pounds, and comes in, per the 24/7 Sports Composite, as the number 60 player in the nation, the number 6 safety, and a top 10 player in the state of Florida. Like Georgia, a state always loaded with talent. So if you're a USC fan, you've had to have wondered, what is our defense going to look like? I imagine our offense is going to be good with Lincoln Riley, but is our defense going to be able to hold their end of the bargain? And thus far, though results haven't been shown yet, we can only speak to defensive recruiting. And right now, this new coaching staff is hitting the trail hard, trying to get big wins on the defensive side of the ball. And that's exactly what you like to see. Recruiting is such an intriguing part of college football and such an important part of college football. It's how you can really help your roster. And especially when you've got to completely overhaul the defense and make some massive changes, what better way to do that than by also getting in some top playmakers? But they weren't done. They went to Austin next and got a win for Gus Cordova, 6'5", 250 pounds, out the state of Texas, who plays edge. Now, Cordova is not currently ranked per 24/7 Sports because of an incident that happened this past year. If you know about the incident, you know. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail into it because I don't know that this is the time nor the place. But it's going to be intriguing to see if he gets his ranking back, and if he does, what his ranking comes in at. Because, unfortunately, the situation around Cordova was very serious. So serious that a few colleges out there actually backed off from chipping away at him. But he is an incredibly talented prospect. Someone that will be able to try and push for playing time at USC, and someone who could absolutely help this defense. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. At the end of the day, USC fans everywhere have got to be excited about the way you're recruiting on the defensive side of the ball. I don't think too many USC fans out there are super concerned with the offensive side, and I've said this time and time again, but you have got to pay attention to the defensive side of the ball, and luckily, the Trojans hired some defensive coaches that are really putting in work. So what does this mean for USC's recruiting class? Well, they went from having 2 commitments yesterday to now having far more than that and being a top 20 class in the nation. So it's going to be interesting to see what work USC does hereafter, what visits they're able to get. Are they able to continue moving the needle for these prospects? And most importantly, You have got to continue recruiting them until pen hits paper, and we are going to keep up with it all. Hop down to the comments, let me know what you're thinking. That's it. See ya.